Today's message will be mainly on our Ipob brethren. Mainly on our Ipob brethren. We have to remind Chief Ike Clark the message our leader passed to him, all the discussion our leader have with him. At the end of the day, he betrayed our leader. Today, he's singing that music that our leader is singing. Today's message is going to be to our Ipob brethren. Please tag them. If you have, if you are in contact with Tompolo, tag Tompolo. I take a Tom, tag him, tag every Ipob person or woman you know. Today is going to be for them. Thank you. Let's continue with the music. Ipob music, very nice. Tamala. Tamala. Sorry. Very soon, huh? Today is for my brethren, Ijos, especially Chief Edwin Clark. I'm going to remind him what our leader has been teaching, MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Today is special for our job brethren. Tag Tompolo, tag Ateketon, tag all the just sons and daughters, you know.
The murderous tendencies of the Fulani Janjaweed. But here we must do so. But first of all, let us pray. And I will pray in the language of heaven, the oldest language on the face of this very earth. Eze onye nwaanyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, eze ndị nsọ. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto wee na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya nwee ike niile. Onye sitere n'okwu ọnụ ya sọsọ wee kee ihe niile bụ ihe kere eke n'ụbọchị nke taa. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ usu niile nke ndị agha. Chineke nna nke ụmụ ogbenye. Chineke nna nke ndị Biafra. Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma. Onye ndị mmụọ ozi na-efe. Onye mmụọ na-erubere isi. Onye mmadụ dabere n'ahụ ya. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ndị okenye na-atụ mkpọ ọlaedo na mmasị n'ọdị nsọ. Ndị Igbo otu ga-ebighị ebi. N'ihi na eboghị mmadụ eboghị mmụọ ịbụ Chineke nna. Ọ bụ naanị gị ka anyị na-akpọ ka anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọ bụ aha gị ka anyị ji aba mba were n'anya isi. Ihe niile nke anyị bụ n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ site na amara gị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna. O nweghị onye ọzọ ewezuga gị Chineke. Anyị wee na-ekele gị na-asị gị biko bịa ọsọ ọsọ na ndị ụlọ abatawa ụmụ gị n'ime. Ndị ekworo karịrị akarị n'ime anyị. Nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Were amara gị na ebere gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị gị. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe mee ngwa ngwa n'ihe na Fulani abatawo anyị ime. Ma ọsọ ọsọ gị onwe gị bụ eze ebube dị ngọzi ka iwe zọpụta ndị gị. Ndị niile kuniri si na ha bụ ndị iro Biafra. Ndị niile ka ha rabụ ndị kuniri wee na-agba anyị mgba. Ka ha bụ ndị pụtara anụ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi si na Biafra agaghị adị, ndị dị etu agaghị adị onye nwe m. Ihe ga-abụ nke ha. Ọgbọ aghara ga-anọ n'etiti ụtụtụ ehihie abalị. Mkpụrụ obi ha agaghị enwe ezumike. Ị ga-achụghachi ha azụ n'ihere nke onwe ha. Ha niile bụ ndị kuniri wee na-akpagbu Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke nna. Ị ga-ala ha niile n'iyi. N'ihi na okwu ibu ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ma leta anyị onwe anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ gị ndị na-anya isi n'aha nsọ gị. Bụ ndị na-emere ọgọ onye nwe m. Bụ ndị na-achị iru gị mgbe niile. Bụ ndị sitere n'aha ha na-abụ ụmụ ha wee na-enye ha nsọ gị otuto. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ndị nwe ezi ịhụnanya ebe nzọpụta gị nakwa emere mgbe anyị na-asị na nke dị sọ na anyị ga-ebuli aha nsọ gị elu. Chineke nke igwe anyị ga-aja gị mma. Onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa anyị ga-akpụ isi ala nye gị. Anyị bụ ụmụ ogbenye onye nwe m. O nweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị bụ n'iru gị n'ihi na ọ bụ anọkpa ahụ ka anyị bụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, kama na okwu nsọ gị na-anọgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ihere pụrụ ime mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi, kama ị gaghị ekwe ka ihere wee mee okwu nsọ nke gị. n'ihi na ọ bụ okwu ka iji wee kee eluigwe maka elu ụwa. Okwu nke i kwuru, nkwa nke i kwuru anyị, okwu ọgba ndụ nke i kwuru n'isi anyị eze ebube dị ngọzi ga-abịarịrị na mmezu, na Biafra ga-abịarịrị na nke ebere. Ị ga-emere anyị amara gị, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye enyemaka, naanị gị bụ onye nzọpụta. Ọ bụ naanị gị ka a na-etu Elohim Adonai El Shaddai, onye dị nsọ ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Nara ekele, otuto, nsọpụrụ, ịja mma site n'ebighị ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka anyị na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise
ise. Biafra. All hail Biafra. IPOB one family. IPOB one family. One family. IPOB. I welcome you all to this wonderful edition. I will say good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on your time zone. My name is MAZI Ezumezu, aka Nwekwensu. Please, as I welcome you, please may you welcome others. Today's edition is going to be great, and today's edition is going to be a message to our brethren, the Jaws. To our brethren, the Jaws in Nigeria. You know, our brethren, the Jaws is the fourth largest ethnicity in Nigeria, tribe in Nigeria. Yeah, the Jaws, they are the fourth. After the three major tribe, the next people is Ijaw, our brethren, because the Jaws are in Ondo, in Delta, in Edo, in Bayelsa, in Cross River, in Iguacha. Yeah. So, but today's message is going to be a message to them. especially to Chief Ike Clark. He is in 90s. Today, message is going to be for him. Not only for him, for all the judges. And just not a message from me. I just want to remind him. I just want to remind him the message from our leader to him. No? Because there is nothing we want to speak today that our leader have not spoke. There is no preaching on earth that anybody can speak, can preach, that MAZI NNAMDI have not done. There is no exposition that anyone can do that our leader, Onyendu MAZI NNAMDI, have not done. And on the end of it, he added his prophecy, and every of his prophecy have come to pass. Every of his prophecy have come to pass. Nigerians know their problem, but the fact is that they remain arrogant. The fact is that they remain deaf. They remain wicked because they don't want Igbo person to be there. And MAZI NNAMDI have said it. And this, their mentality is not from them. It's not from this generation. No. It started in 18, during the time of Osman Danfodo. That mentality they are building all up to this time. So, but today's message is going to be to our brother, most especially Chief Pa Edward Clark. As I said before, please, as I welcome you, may you welcome others. Please share and like. And again, I told you we have. I told us we have a YouTube that we created. Please go and subscribe on our YouTube at Ikechukwu Ezumezu. Please go, because we want to take our message to all platforms. I said earlier that we're going to land on Twitter. Soon we're going to land on Twitter. So because Facebook is subduing my videos, but I can't stop. I can't stop. No, that's not the spirit. Even if when I come live, I see no red life, I will continue speaking. That is the message. That is the spirit. Die not. That's how our leader taught us. Ipob. I wundibo. Agune jemba. Bible. So Facebook, all the shenanigans they are doing, it's up to them. Like I told them, I'm not going to monetize my page. They can put all the pleasure they like. I'm not going to monetize my page. I don't need their money. I don't need making money from broad money, from broad money from our people. No, I can't do that. Everybody loves money, yes, but so those that are monetizing their page and say that they are freedom fighters, they are nothing. No, they are not freedom fighters, because they are making money on blood of our people. They are making money on blood of our people. And that is why they will create content to tell you whatever you need to hear and to obey the instruction from Facebook. Yeah. But those of us that refuse to monetize, we will tell you, we will speak the truth at all time. If you close this page, we open another one. That is the spirit. We are not like that boy in South Africa. That Ewu in South Africa. Chibuze Egwatu, that says Facebook pays good money. Said it. That Facebook pays good money. That as an Inewi, that is a taboo for him not to make money for what he's doing. So we are not in the same level. No. So, well, today I'm not for those Richard Card Media warriors. Today I'm for our brethren. the judges, to remind them what our leader speak, to remind them what our leader told them, and specifically what he told Ike Clark. Today, that music our leader is singing, excuse me, Ike Clark is singing that music today. Yeah. I told the people, when you sold your brother to your enemy, when you sold your brother to the enemy, even the enemy will not trust you. The enemy will not trust you. Take it from me. When you sold your brother to enemy, even the enemy will not trust you. But Edward Clark refused to tell his loved ones, his people, the truth. But Edwin Clark refused to tell his people, his children, his people, his loved ones, the truth, just because the role he played during the Biafra Civil War. Please tag Pa Edward Clark. Ọ bụ sọsọ onye nwụrụ anwụ ka na-agbazi onu, a na-agbazi onye dị ndụ onu. Tag Pa Edwin Clark, tag his PA, tag Tom Polo, tag Atekiton, tag all love Ijo daughters and sons. Let them hear my message. I want to remind them what our leader said, and let them check if what he said is not reality today. If what MAZI NNAMDI said then is not of reality today's issue. But as I said before, but Edwin Clark refused to tell his brethren the truth. He refused to tell his loved ones the truth. And is on his 90s. It is better. Only God knows why he kept you alive, by Edwin Clark. Only God knows the reason why. And if I were you, I will swallow my shame. If I were you, I will swallow my arrogancy and say the facts and apologize to Igbos for what you did. Yeah, the other time he called for this of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, we thank you for that. We appreciate that. But you need to do more. That's a lot you have to do before you join your ancestors. Because you are in your 90s. I love your age. I cherish your age. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will keep me healthy just the way you are. The way you are today. Because for me, you are more stronger than Jagaban. You are more stronger than Jagaban. You are more articulated than Jagaban. Yes, to me. So the one thing that you must tell your people the truth before you join your ancestors. And maybe that is the reason why God is keeping you alive. How you deceive your people. How you separated your people from your brethren, Igbos. How you divide and rule systems. How you play the games during the time of Biafra war. How you confuse your people that Igbos are the real enemy. How you tell them that Igbos come to kill, to conquer, to take away your resources. Time is now for you to speak up and collect that impression. And collect, time is now for you to collect that impression. To debunk all those lies you told your people. It is time. The time is now. And you have no more time. Believe me, you have no more time. It's better you do it. I hope you remember about King Salowiwa, the man who betrayed his brethren. I hope you remember how he was killed. I hope you remember the great man Adakabolo, how he was killed. Did Igbo kill any of them? These two great people from our coastal region of Biafra, did Igbos kill them? The answer is no. King Salowiwa, the great man, I respect him. But he started fighting for his people when it was too late. When he realized the mistake, he started fighting for his people. And that led him to his death. And when the death is knocking on his door, he was asking, did Abacha knew what you guys are doing? This is the question he was asking. Did Abacha knew what you guys are doing? And they respond to him, yes, sir. Abacha knew what we are doing. That tells you, when you sold your enemy, your brother to your enemy, even the enemy will not trust you. The great man King Salowiwa will remember the role he played against his brethren, against Igbos during the Biafra War. He was one of the ones that leaked them through the back door to come through the coastal area to kill his own people. He started changing all those names. You see, they are changing in rivers. It's part of his mission. They used King Salowiwa, also by Edward Clark, to deceive their people. Even when they knew that Nigerian soldiers putting on Biafra uniform to come to kill the Jaws, the people, our coastal brethren in the coastal area, they knew these people were not Igbos, but they projected that issue to their people, that Biafrans are killing them. And they knew quite well that it's not Igbos, that it was a plan from Nigeria government. And King Salowiwa knew about it. Then projected that idea. Ike Clark knew about it. Then projected that idea. And they killed our brethren in coastal area. And then a lot of our brethren turned against us, Igbos. We are brethren. We are brothers and sisters. The blood of Ijoman is in my blood. Also, the Igbo blood is in Ijoman blood. Check them, a lot of them. They have Igbo name. Even Asali Dukubo, Edi Abani, they will tell you their ancestors came from Igbos. They knew, ask them, they know. They are our brothers. And we love them. When federal government used King Salowiwa against his brethren, and the plan was perfected well, and they achieved a lot of results. At the end, when King Salowiwa realized his mistake, and he rose up to fight for his people. What happened? They hold him and put him in jail. From there, the dead keep on knocking on his door. Keep on knocking. Na kwaka. And he asked them, did Abacha knew this you are doing? Because he and Abacha was 5 and 6. He and late Abacha, the former head of state, is 5 and 6. And they said, yes, Abacha knew that you are going to die. They are going to execute you. And he wept. Ojukwu send message across to him. Or Ojukwu rather come there and call him. Wewa. He look up. Ojukwu said, good morning, Kokoloko, good morning, and turned back and left. After some days, he was executed. He was killed by the same Nigerian government that used him against his own people. Do we talk about the great man, Adakabolo? Can we talk about him? Adakabolo is a great man. Adakabolo is a great man, full with wisdom, fearless. Then what happened? The enemy succeeded to catch him and use him against his own against his brother. Adakabolo went to school. How many of us know that Adakabolo school at Eastern in Igbo land? How many of us knew about that? That great Adakabolo, may his soul rest in peace, school at Igbo land. And at the end of the day, he became a president union in University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Yes. The Igbo voted for him. The Igbos voted for him. He became the president of Igbo, president of a student union in University of Nigeria and Nsukka then. If Igbos are bad, how would the Igbos vote for him and leave their brother? Because Igbos saw quality in him. This is Igbo. This is who we are. I feel that now you are better of this. We support you. This is Igbos. When we saw that you are better than Mr. A, we don't care if Mr. A is Igbo guy or not. We will support you. The Igbo voted for late great man Adakabolo then, and he became a student president. He became a student president. As a matter of fact, even Adakabolo sued Nigerian government to court during the time of election. There was something about about something like that, because the Southeast did not vote, and they went on and take I think was Awolowo to become premier. I think then Adakabolo, no, that is that I want to get it correct someday. So Adakabolo sued them to court. So the Northerners see how boldness Adakabolo was, how greatness that guy was, and they use some agents to get him to start fighting against his own people, and they get him. They support him. Adakabolo forget his own people and join the enemy side. It was all planned by the enemies to destroy the unity in Old Eastern Legion. It was all planned. Before we know it, there is a kind of conflict there when Gowon was in power. After the coup or before the coup. Yeah. Not Gowon. I'm sorry. Agriculture, yes, was in power. And Adakabolo declared Niger Delta country. Remember that Niger Delta country was not a country, it was a movement, it was a party name. Yeah, it was a party name. But they used that name and said, we are Niger Delta. And then Agriculture declared war on them. They used him against his brother. And he declared Niger Delta country. Agri was in power then. These people are so smart. Britain. All those things was planned by Britain. So smart. You can see how Agri was killed. And Ojukwu was warning him then. But Agri refused. Britain was so smart, using the Northerners against the South. And the North will use the South against the South again. So Agri declared war on them. That war was fought, I think, 11 or 12 days. And Ojukwu do what? Conquered Adakabolo. But did not kill him. Ojukwu Ebulia. Because Ojukwu know that a great man, Adakabolo, is a great man. He had a lot of wisdom, but he was deceived by the enemies. If not, if Ojukwu want to kill him, he could have killed him. When he conquered him, when they captured him, he could have killed him then. But Ojukwu refused to kill him. Ojukwu saw a lot of things inside him. Ojukwu did not kill him, but they went on and put him in prison. Ojukwu knew that this was the handwork of the enemies against, just to scatter the coastal, old Eastern Legion. Ojukwu knew that it was a plan. Ojukwu did not kill him. And remember, the great man Isaac Adakabolo, even his father was not in support what he's doing. His own father was not support what he's doing. His own father trying to advise him, called him, he said no. Because even Akuri Egu, the enemy. So at the end of the day, to cut the issue short, at the end of the day, Ojukwu captured him. The war was fought between 11 to 12 days. He was captured. And Ojukwu did not kill him. They put him in prison. During that process, they have a counter coup that leads to Biafra Civil War. And he fights because he was in prison, I think in Lagos or not, no? And he fight in favor of Nigeria to kill his own people. Yes. He was the one that lead them through the coastal, through the Cameroon, because he know all the clique. With the help of King Salowiwa, also Ike Clark then. That's why he said it's time for Ike Clark to tender apology to his own brother Igbos, and to try and to debunk all those lies for years that destroy the love the brothers have for themselves, and to stop that divide and rule system from the Northerners. Ike Clark, you must do it before you join your ancestors. You must do it. You have no time. You must do it. It is better for you to do it so that you will have a peace of life. And when you're going to ancestors, you will be so happy because you have built what you destroyed. So Adakabolo was used, and he fought in favor of the Nigeria to kill his own people. And guess what? Who killed Adakabolo? Who killed him? The same Nigeria that killed him with snipers. After they have succeeded through the help of Adakabolo, and they see that Adakabolo will become threatening to them, will become a big threat to them, because when you sold your brother to the enemy, even the enemy will not trust you. They went on to kill him. You see? Remember, they killed Adakabolo. After that, they killed King Salowiwa. But Ike Clark is the third one. God keep him alive. So it's better for him to start speaking. It is better for him because he knows a lot how they destroy the unity of old Eastern Legion. How they deceived their people that the Igbos, their brother was their enemy. Chief Ike Clark have to start speaking and build that bridge with his brothers, and we shall become great. If Ijos and Igbo come together, believe me, Nigeria will be on their nail. And they knew that. The British knew that. Nigeria government knew that. If Ijos and Igbos, these brothers will come together and speak in one voice, under 72 hours, Nigeria will be on their nail. Take it or leave it. I know what I'm talking. I grew up in Niger Delta. I grew up there. I know what I'm talking. If these two brothers can come together, those two of them can come together, Nigeria will be on their nail under 72 hours. And that is why I'm calling on Pa Ike Clark to build that bridge that he destroyed before he joined his ancestors. To build that bridge is very important. So, at the end of the day, they used the great man, Adakabolo, against his own brother Igbos. At the end of the day, it was the same Nigerian government that killed him. Did Igbos kill him? No. Igbo did not kill him. But if you ask every average German today, he will tell you that Igbos is their problem. How did Igbo become your problem? Igbo did not kill your great people. Igbo did not take away your resources. Igbo did not take away your land. So how? It was these people that was planning for Luga. It was these people, the Northerners, are asking for waterways. But we are your brother. Whatever you have in your land, we have it in our own land too. That is how God brings us together. How God bless us. Whatever we have in our coastal area, coastal region, it's available in our interland. Is it oil? We have it. We have the oil. Abia, Imo, Anambra. For sure. This is for sure. Is it mineral resources? Is it raw material? Raw minerals? We have it in abundance. Go to Ebony. No, after Congo is the only country that have the highest raw mineral resources. After Congo is Ebony State. Go and make a research. It's there. So these enemies, all the way from top, from Britain to Fulani Janjaweed, they destroy this great family, these great people. Yeah. Today, their land has been destroyed. The beautiful land, the beautiful waterways in Niger Delta has been destroyed. Pollution, oil pollution. And this oil pollution is intentional by intentional communities. It's intentional. If I have the time, I will play it. We hear it from the man that was there. You hear it from him. It was intentional. This oil pollution, it was intentional to destroy their farmland and their waterways. Yes. Today, has the organic cleanup? No. Is Bayelsa cleanup? No. Is Delta cleanup? No. They destroy their farmland and their waterways. So, I will stop here and I have to play a message because our leaders have reaching out to those kings, those leaders in coastal region. Our leaders have reaching out to them. Even this woman, this woman in Iguacha, Anchor Bridge, They have cars. I call that woman agent, British agent. Yes. Believe me, I called her British agent, and I have my reason of calling her British agent. I have my reason of calling her a British agent. I have my reason of calling her a British agent. Uncle Briggs. Uncle Briggs, listen. He have an Igbo. He speak Igbo. That woman speak Igbo. That Afghans. Because his forefather is an Igbo man. He's an Igbo man. But his mother is from UK. Whatever is going on in coastal area cannot go on in UK. And that woman allowed it to go on. This South, there's nowhere in the world you hear a word South. But she allowed that to establish. He never told his people that, no, it is better for you to fight for your freedom than to fight for 13% oil something. He never told them. In Britain, where his mother from, such thing cannot take place. They are using him. Our leader also met her too. So all those leaders in coastal area, MAZI can have made them secretly before coming out to voice his anger, because they refuse to walk. They see the truth. They refuse to say the truth. Rather, they rather die with the enemy against their own people. But today, Ike Clark is crying today. Ike Clark is crying today. But before I go on, I will play a clip, because this time around, the way we handle it in terms of the man so-called Buhari is not going to be the same way we handle it now. No, there must be change. If you are not strong enough, please step aside. If you are not strong to fight for freedom of Biafra, please step aside. And wherever you are, put your 100% effort for freedom of Biafra. I'm doing my best way in my capacity. So if you're not ready to fight for this freedom, step aside. So right now, let's play the message from our leader, specifically to Ike Clark. Then I will bring Ike Clark home. Up. Hold on a minute.
And I love to know that Osokos want be sorry. I love it. Because you can't stop us. You can gossip all you like.
Let's listen. And to our brother in coastal area, the Jaws, the Isokos, the Shekili, the Lobos, open your heart. Don't listen with emotion. Open your heart and listen. If what this great leader said is lie or truth. Let's move.
It's irrelevant to me. You can't stop us. Are you going to stop us? Who has gossip ever stopped before? If I want to leave here now to go to the kitchen, is gossip going to stop me from going to the kitchen? Some people give undue attention to idiots. I'm saying you are gossiping. Will it stop me from going to US after COVID-19 lockdown has been lifted? Some people, I don't know. I now come to the issue of Niger Delta. I want to show you how stupidity works in the zoo called Nigeria. An open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari, but the man writing the letter knows that Buhari is not there. Do you see the hypocrisy of the so-called elders? You are an elder and you're there and evil is happening and you keep quiet. And I want to ask, this letter was written by Edwin Clark. He was a traitor during the war. He sold Biafra. He was a very terrible man. Very, very terrible human being. A traitor. A traitor to his people. They said they don't want Biafra. Igbo man will dominate also. But now, after 50 years, nothing has improved where he comes from. He is now writing a letter to a little boy of 30 years old. Meanwhile, he's 92. And I wish him happy birthday, by the way. He's writing to a 30-year-old boy. Fraud, a fake. In Astronaut. Begging him. I'll read it a bit for you. Let me begin by expressing earnest gratitude and appreciation to Mr. President. Which Mr. President? The one in Saudi Arabia in a grave? Or this Aisha's boyfriend? He's an elder. He knows everything. He's an elder. Elder statesman. I thank you for congratulating me on my 92nd birthday. Sorry, he's now 93, sorry. I deeply cherish the thoughtful gesture and the kind remarks. As Mr. President rightly stated in the two congratulatory messages, I have rendered over 70 years of my life to the service of this country. Oh dear me. He has rendered services to Nigeria, his country, for 70 years.
IPOB, Biafrans, I want you guys to listen to what our leader said. And I will bring up by Edward Clark, Ike Clark, video message, what he said now. Just last month, about not up to 2 weeks. Then you have to ask yourself if MAZI NNAMDI KANU is a prophet or not. You have to ask yourself if MAZI NNAMDI KANU is a true leader or not. You have to ask yourself if MAZI NNAMDI KANU want the betterment of everybody. You have to ask yourself if Igbo, your brothers, is your enemy. I'm putting this message to Ijo, our brethren, specifically to Edwin Clark. Let's continue.
And I want to ask Pa Edwin Clark, in that 70 years, is there any running water in your village?
No.
Any hospitals?
No.
You rendered service. I want to find out what service you rendered for 70 years. Let's face it. Okay, sorry, I understand, sir. You made sure that the money from Biafra land built Abuja.
Yeah.
While our mothers are going to the stream that they go to toilet in to fetch water to drink.
Yeah.
70 years service to the country. When somebody is 70 years, they'll be wondering what you did. So I'm asking you, what did you do for 70 years? Apart from be an informant for Fulani. Now you're writing a letter. Pleading. Oh, things are going wrong in our zone, in South. He's an elder, he's learned. And he knows that South doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Only
That's
in
right.
their imagination.
That's right. Speak on. Please, my leader.
Let me highlight some of the few puzzling and embarrassing. But I thought you said an Igbo man is your problem. Edwin Clark. An Igbo man that said an Igbo man is his problem. Can't you see? He's now writing a letter. Where did the job people come from, if not Igbo?
Okay.
Where did they come from?
Okay.
From where, I ask you? Did they come from? Ejo. Are they not Igbo?
Okay.
The day I will give you that history, most of you commit suicide or you go and drown in the creeks because you know nothing. I respect your age because you're a father, but you are a disappointment to this generation and next. Very sad. I can't. It's an embarrassment. You're writing to a boy you know that is your great grandson. You're calling him Mr. President. Aisha's boyfriend, you're writing to him saying, Mr. President. You are afraid. When we were selling Biafra in those days, preparing to serve the zoo, if they tell you will come to this, will you believe it? Like cancer everywhere. If you betray Biafra, you'll be reduced to nothing by those you're serving. Have you seen it now? You're now writing letter and you're begging. You are begging now. Please help us. We are in Niger Delta. We are in South. In fact, let me see if he used the word Niger Delta here. I don't think he did. I think it was mostly South. Because that useless word, Niger Delta, will have destroyed it. Niger nigger is here now. Or Delta nigger. Delta absurdity. Delta idiot is here. Is there now. Google it. The meaning of black in Latin is there. Niger Delta. Do you see how foolish you now sound? Nigger Delta. They are now begging, oh, you have removed us, oh, there is nobody to replace. 70 years of service. Our mothers are fetching water from a stream where they bathe and they go to toilets. 70 years service. When you write it like this, any idiot. Hey, he's an elder statesman. Statesman in your pocket. Your house in Abuja. And your latest wife. That's the only thing you've achieved. You've achieved nothing. Nothing. An empty, vacuous life filled with betrayal and treachery. The people you're serving in the north, Fulani, did they betray the people as you betrayed your own? Edwin Clark, I'm asking you, the people in Fulani people, did Fulani betray their people the same way that you did? You should be ashamed of yourself and stop writing. You're begging. I thought you said the woman is your problem. Not Fulani. But now you're writing and you're begging. Fulani people. You're not ashamed. Nigger Delta. A Delta of absurdity. A Delta of darkness. A Delta of hopelessness. That's the name you gave yourselves. What a shame. What a very big shame. I said after tonight, things will no longer be the same. Some will repent, some will die. But in the end, Biafra will come. We are not stopping. We are unstoppable. Nobody, they have not given birth to you. You can't stop us. If you say what I'm preaching is not correct, come out. Come make me lie. Come out. After dealing with you, your wife will not cook for you for a year. I will disgrace you publicly that if you go back, your wife will not serve you food for a year. If you claim you went to school, come out. Destroy you. You are 92 years old. You spent 70 years serving Fulani. In your place, there is no running water. 70 years of service to the country. Which country? But you've not heard that charity begins at home. Traitors. Traitors everywhere. You claim your elders, you want respect. But you saw our future. And you want respect. If you did what you're supposed to, would there be any militancy in the southern part of Biafra land? There will be no militancy now. There will be no need for it. Because you would have done your job. Nobody should call. It's not time for calls. I don't know where people are calling from. Now you're begging for position. After betraying Biafra, betraying your land, and now you're writing. OFRACON. Empty. Rubbish. Vacuous. As old as you are. You left no legacy. The only legacy you left is a legacy of betrayal of your people. You ran to the north. You sold Biafra. They gave you ordinary commissioner of information. And you think they loved you. You betrayed Jonathan. Edwin Clark, did you not betray Jonathan? How many, the percentage of a job that voted for Jonathan compared to Igbo? Which one is greater? More Igbo people voted for Jonathan by percentage than a job.
He's my leader. That's right.
To tell you who we are, fairness. Fairness.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
I asked a man, walking on my car, and I asked him, Why did you say you vote for Jonathan? He said, because Jonathan is my brother. He doesn't know who Jonathan is. You know what? I'll never forget. He said, Jonathan is my brother. That's why I vote for him. Do you feel that way towards the Igbo people? Edwin Clark, do you feel that way? Despite all the betrayal, he said, Jonathan is my brother. Do you feel that way? Don't you have guilty conscience? You can't go, you cannot even ask for forgiveness. All you betrayers during the war, traitors everywhere. You're writing a letter to a 30-year-old boy. In the night, he will go to sleep with Aisha. In the night, you're writing a letter begging for appointment. You're not ashamed of yourself. You are begging, as you are begging for Niger Delta, so have they stolen all the money and taken it to the north. Look at, I want people to go and Google projects in the north. The Air Force Hospital in Daura, Federal Polytechnical Daura, 18 billion University of Translation inaugurated in Daura, Buhari's hometown Daura to have battalion barracks after Air Force built reference hospital in his village, Daura. Katsina refinery ready in 2021. Edwin Clark, do you see how people behave? Although Buhari is dead, they are doing everything in Daura in his name. What did you do for your people? Elder statesman. Oh, you're insulting an elder. What have you done for your people, Edwin Clark? Let me repeat what they have done since you betrayed Jonathan in 2015. Because you're a serial betrayer. You are a traitor to your people. You are a traitor to your people. And I pray that God will keep you alive to see Biafra because you are an evil man. You are an evil man. You represent a constituency within Izon that is poisonous. A very poisonous, full and controlled constituency. My happiness is that you people are in the minority. You are in the minority. You are. If there is a place beside Izon now, 99.9% will vote for Biafra. I said 99.9 because they know who you traitors are. Because you appear on TV, because you write for newspapers, people don't know who you people are, but we know you. Let me remind you, the little boy that you're writing to, please help us now. Peter Sad is no longer there. You removed him. Let me remind you what they did in Daura. People that have brain. Unlike you, an elder, you claim 70. Let me. Okay. They've been there now for less than 6 years. Let me tell you what they have done. You've been serving the zoo for 70 years with nothing. Let me tell you what they have done in 6 years. Listen carefully. Air Force Base, Hospital, Daura. Federal Polytechnical, Daura. 18 billion, University of Daura. Air Force Barracks, Daura. Katsina Refinery, Daura, ready in 2021. Rail line from KANU to Daura, only 6 years old. You are 70 years and you are begging, writing letter. I'm begging you now, we are South. Please give us one position, at least. The person you are begging, I'm reading out for you what they have done in their village. NDE trains 1,000 women in Katsina. Federal government constructs transmission station in Daura. Federal government approves 2 billion for building of Food Mass Medical School in Daura. Do you want more? 70 years of service. You are writing a letter begging for a position in NNPC. And you want me to respect you. Do you see the price of treachery? The same way that I tell you all the time. One day you will pay. You don't know what God was doing with IPOB. You had no clue because you're blind in the spirit. Some of you cannot see. You want us to go and take a keg of palm wine to come to your house begging you as an elder. When we started, something, if you are honest, something should have told you. that these people mean well for everybody. But because of treachery and betrayal which runs in your blood, you betrayed IPOB. And people came shooting and killing innocent young men in my house. And all some of you fools can think about is you are insulting your elders because you're older, maybe by 8 or 9 years. That's all. Some said we didn't insult our parents that way because our parents, our grandfathers were not as stupid as people are. They believed in the truth. If you go to outside and bring money home, they will kill you. I still remember. If your mother finds you with money, you are finished. After dealing with you, they will wait for your father to come back. She will report you to your dad. Your dad will even want to bury you alive. And that's where you got the money from. Your children are the ones now going and stealing and defrauding people to be rich. And you welcome them. You give them chieftaincy title. And you want God to bless you. You must be insane. And you claim you're an elder. You brought Fulani to come and kill your people. You and Ike Premada, you went. And some idiots, Ike Premada, after that is how that black people are. After stealing the money meant for road construction, somebody will say, hey, he's our leader, excellency, excellency. Because you're black, you cannot reason very well. That is the truth. That's what I'm here to tell you. You may not like it, but it is, I'll keep preaching it until it sinks in. I'll keep preaching it. People, oh, Fulani is here. They're in my village. Oh, they killed somebody yesterday in Uguta. I know somebody from Uguta who's an arch saboteur fighting IPOB, arch saboteur. And he will never visit Biafra land. He will die. He will be buried abroad. It's an order that I've given. If I'm alive or dead, it's an order that I've given. He cannot be buried in Biafra land. They are fighting IPOB. And as God will have it, in his village, Fulani killed one of them yesterday. Sadly, I wrote about it. And because I complained and the video went viral, the useless Supreme Court governor went there or sent somebody there today. Treachery never pays. Treachery in life never pays. Sabo, there is no change, there's no gain in being a saboteur. Never in life. Look at Edwin Clark. 93 years old. As the traitor he is, he's writing a letter, love letter. Dear President, give us at least one position now. You have taken everything, give us one. I feel sorry for you people.
So my people, you have heard one of the message our leader passed to Chief Edwin Clark, because our leader gets so mad. The role Chief Edwin Clark is playing. Now, I have to present to you, not up to a week, just maybe a week and some days, the video from the same Edwin Clark, what he said. Then you will ask yourself if MAZI NNAMDI KANU is not a prophet. Then you will ask yourself if all this our leader said is not the gospel truth. Then you will ask yourself if Igbos is the enemy of Ijos, our brethren. Then you will ask yourself if MAZI NNAMDI KANU don't mean well for all of us. Listen, this time around, the so-called Buhari or something have come and gone. Aka the Nkekita will not be the same hand that Buhari. According to the Bible, I'm not a Christian. You know, they say since the death of John the Baptist, the heaven suffered violent and violent taken by force. We must preach the gospel truth. On the Wogiwo, if we are angry or not, we must tell you the truth before you're present, before you. We must tell you. We must remind you all the preaching of our leader. but he's a prophet. According to our leader, they gave them Niger Delta NDDC to develop Niger Delta. But it was Abuja Commission. They gave them commission to develop Niger Delta, where all the oil is coming from. At least 80% or 70% of the oil is come from coastal region. They gave them a commission, NDDC, to commission them. But Abuja Commission. Did they use commission to develop Abuja? The answer is no. Did they use the commission to develop Lagos? The answer is no. More are using our head. More are using our head. All those our brethren, you just use your heads, use your HQ. They gave you people commission to develop Niger Delta. But ask yourself, did they give them commission to develop Abuja? The answer is no. Federal government was in charge developing Abuja, using the resources from the coastal region to develop Abuja and Lagos. But when we preach, when MAZI told you guys, he called him enemy. He said you don't have respect. Just because he's telling you the reality. Just because he's telling you the reality. So now, let's go to Pa Edwin Clark. The message he passed. There you go.
Good morning, everyone. I stand to be service to the Almighty God for keeping me alive at the time when I thought it was the end. But I have not been celebrating, as he told you, my birthdays for some time now because of these Ipob girls. I remember we were at the national conference one morning in the afternoon in the assembly. That was the same day Yanya somewhere was burnt. So we were told by one Miss Bilikisu Maguru, that was general, said that they just kidnapped or adopted over 200 Chibok girls who were ready to take the examination in Chibok. And the late Alhaji Gambo Jemeta, Inspector General Police at that time, Inspector General Police, asked me to move a motion on the Chibok girl, sympathizing with the parents and asking the government to take action immediately to bring these girls back. So, since most of these girls have not been brought back, I thought it was not necessary for me to celebrate my birthdays. Because in places, in more civilized places like the United States of America, England, one American missing is America that is missing. Nigeria, if 1,000 people are killed, people will ask, from what tribe? From what state? They're not worried. Everything must go on. Nobody cares in this country. So today, I thought it was very, very necessary for me to give an address, open address to Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, about his government, how he failed in his government, particularly ignoring the Niger Delta, treating them with ignominy, yet we produce everything which the economy of this, which surviving the economy of this country. And I thought he had said he scored 100%, done very well. But those of us who felt that he did not do well should not keep quiet. Should say it. I saw on the 25th or 26th on the Arise television, Femi additional saying that I was anti when they Arise confronted him with the statement I made on my birthday. He said I was anti, I've always been anti Buhari's government. So I now understand why these people, this particular government, have been doing things to humiliate me, treating me with ignominy as a person. At the age of about 1991, I was sitting down in my bedroom with some friends, 12 o'clock, on the 4th of this, what date? September. They said 2 buses of policemen, loaded with policemen with their guns, armed policemen, have come to this my compound and they took positions. 3 of them came up with a warrant that signed by the magistrate, that they've come to search my house for stockpiling ammunitions in my house sent to me from the Delta. I said, go ahead. So they left. First of all, I introduced myself to them. They apologized that they heard of me, but they didn't know that I was the one they were coming to search his house. However, the order is from above. I said, go ahead. So they went down to search my house. It took them 2 hours. My secretary, Dorothy Cook, I sent her to the bank. They said they must enter her room to find out. So I have to send a car to the bank to bring her back. And they searched everything. At the end, they said they found nothing. But I must sign the statement, produce 3 responsible people to sign the document. Luckily, a Gali was here, Ambassador Gali, former permanent secretary of Power, was ready to sign. My nephew, Dr. Mulade, registrar of Maritime University of Krenkuku, was also here, so he signed. And I think Imakwere also signed, former director in NTA. Then I said, I want a copy of the report. So my people, my secretary and my nephew I mentioned, followed them to Gusape, where they had their office. They went in. So they went up, and the man who sent them, their boss, stated that, and they told him, we found nothing. Then he phoned the headquarters that they found nothing. By then, the press, everybody had come to this house. Later, they left. I protested to President Buhari through my lawyer, and apart, they sent one Deputy Inspector General of Police, two AIGs, and some commissioners to come and apologize to me. They didn't send them. I said, you are lying. To cut a long story short, the Ijaw youths in Port Harcourt, in Bayelsa, in Warri, Delta, and so on, were demonstrating that they should leave my house. So I can now see whenever you, this man said that I was anti-Buhari's government for saying that they are neglecting Niger Delta, which produces the golden egg. I also remember that all presidents for some time, from Obasanjo and so on, were congratulating me on my birthday anniversary when I became 80 in 2007 or so. And but when President Buhari took office, they refused to congratulate me. I remember, I don't want to be personal, one of my boys I admire was also celebrating his 67th birthday. Another friend's mother was celebrating. The president congratulated them. I was 90 also, 89. He did not congratulate me. So in 1991, I told Mr. President, I said, look, you have not been congratulating me. I've served this country for about 70 years. And it doesn't mean anything to you. I said, I knew about 30 senior army officers in Nigeria before, when you were a young officer. 3 ministers who served with me in General Gawan's government became head of state and president of this country. General Murtala Mohammed became president, head of state of this country, followed by Obasanjo. Then he became president. Alhaji Chagari was the minister of finance. He became president. If I had come from another ethnic group who think that this country belongs to them, those of us as second-class citizens, I see no reason why Buhari would not congratulate me, or will not even apologize to me when my house was raided for no just cause. I've just given you brief background to show to you that this government has treated me, humiliated me, and so on. Perhaps the last one I should tell you, personally, when the Niger Delta Avengers were harassing the creeks, vandalizing pipeline and so on, the production of oil in this country went down. The army sent Operation Crocodile Smile to the Delta. They couldn't do anything. I traveled with the Chief of Army Staff, Buratai, General Buratai, from Benin City. He told me that He has just returned from Sapele, where he commissioned Operation Crocodile Smile to fight the youth who were vandalizing something. So we traveled together to Abuja. But when I saw things were getting too bad, I summoned a meeting of all South to Peter and Warri. Some governors attended, particularly my own. There we took a resolution to appeal to the youth. If you destroy this pipeline, you're also destroying yourself. Stop. We'll take up your matter with Mr. President. Luckily, they agreed. So on the 1st of November 2016, I led a delegation of 100, including first-class chiefs, senators, ministers, prominent citizens. As I was saying, we decided, as I said, to pay him a visit, to present to him a 16-point program. Our desires, what will make the Niger Delta a better place. You know, we got to the pilot gate. I'm witnessing that. In the villa. All the people that were delegates were screened in. I was the first to present myself. They said I should sit down first. At the end, they were not willing to check me in. Ambassador Gali, accompanied by the late Alabo Graham Douglas, appealed to them to, if this man does not go in, there will be no meeting. All these people have been checked in. So they take their phone with their boss, whoever he was, before I was allowed to go in. And when I got there, I was already late. Immediately I stepped in, the president came in. Yet I made a speech to see that there was peace in this country. That to see that the unity of this country was not disturbed. But these are the issues bothering me. This 16-point program, which Pandey presented to Mr. President. President did not look at them. He agreed. We took photographs with him. Held joint press conference together. It was when he was on medical trip to London and the vice president was acting. It was then the vice president recognized our 16-point program that the government would have accepted them. So he started touring the Niger Delta, where he made statements in Uyo that the OICs, the Overseas Oil Company, will relocate, directed to relocate the operational headquarters to the Niger Delta. Possibly, one will go to Eket. What is the name of that company? Mobile. One will go to Bayelsa State, Ajib. And Chevron will go to Warri. Then when he got to Bayelsa State, in a town hall meeting, he stated that modular refineries will be established to replace the illegal refinery being operated by our people, the youth communities. And we didn't know that they were going to commercialize them. Where will our boys have money to establish moderate refineries. We had the last meeting with him as acting president on the 3rd of August, 2017, where we settled everything. But when Mr. President returned from London, who are we? I was very happy yesterday and 2 days ago when I listened to President Uhuru Kenyatta, former president of Kenya, teaching them a lesson how a president should rule his country. You do not discriminate against other people. All the tribes that made Kenya participated in his government. He said he won an election against Odiga. And there was he discussed that people were murmuring. There was this quietness in the country. So he said, am I president of Kenya? Or where do I belong to? So he called his opposition leader. That's how he formed the government where every Kenyan was recognized. So discuss with your people. Dialogue with them. You can't ignore people. You can't treat some people as second-class citizens. You told the whole world that you belong to Nigeria, to all Nigerians, but you do not belong to some people. But now we discovered that was not true. President Muhammad Buhari belonged to a group of people in Nigeria. He does not belong to all Nigerians. A situation where you pick people to appoint. They must come from one tribe, they must come to another group. And if people are not ready to speak, I will speak. I've just completed a book, written a book on my memoirs, Brutally Frank. And in that book, everything I'm telling you now, they're out there. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Some of us come from areas where our parents were ruling their own areas. But today, the Niger Delta people that belong to people like a traditional ruler like in charge of Opobo, Nana Olumo of Wari, Obaverami, Chief Bekelenmo of my great-grandfather, went to Lugard and told him that there was too much discrimination. And why? Today, our big fathers are no longer there. We are now second-class citizens. The oil industry has been taken over by Nigerians who are not Niger Delta. The headquarters, today they could have no Lekki or Victoria Island without the oil companies. Chevron has an estate in Bagada for their workers. They pay their tax there and they don't want. So, but when the vice president says so, acting president, the Biamilas complain in the house, it will never happen. We laughed. But when people who live in Lagos, who were born in Lagos, wanted to vote in the last election, they said, go to your state, go to your home. Who is fooling who in this country? If a Nigerian of equal status, equal citizens, find himself that he cannot rise to the highest position or to position which he's qualified for, and is being denied because of his tribe, because of his religion, then we have no country. So, with roads, Fashola, the minister of works and housing, has been developing roads in the north, in the southwest, and some of them in the southeast. He has never one day visited the Niger Delta. The east-west road is about 12 years old now. For the 8 years of Muhammad Buhari's government, he did not, nothing was done to that place. Today you cannot pass the east-west road. Yet, it is the most important economic road in Nigeria. Because it is situated in the Niger Delta, nobody looks at it again. Yet we spend money building roads from KANU to Maiduguri, building road from Ife to Ibadan, everywhere. The road, the express road from Lagos to Ibadan. You can imagine how much money has been spent. Recently, NNPC took some roads to be constructed. No road from the Niger Delta was taken until a month of the time of their going. NNPC said they've taken over Benin Wari Road. When after the people have demonstrated, close the road. So who is deceiving us? Are we going to be oppressed, subjugated by whom? Not in my lifetime. I've always said, if you are 70 and above, you are the departure lounge, waiting for your boarding pass. Now I'm 96. I've collected my boarding pass. I fear nobody. I fear only God. I respect people. I'm warning whoever is ruling this country, Niger Delta people will no longer accept this type of humiliation and subjugation. NDDC was created in 2000. I was party to it, Batonjo and myself, Senator Brume, late, and Chief Dakabli. We met. Batonjo invited us in 2000 to draft the bill on NDDC. How he brought in Ondo State, Abia State, and Imo State, we questioned him. He said the Northerners were opposed to the bill. They also wanted such type of thing for Shiruru Dam or something like that. So he brought in Ondo State, Abia State, and Imo State to counteract their majority. So I said, if oil discovered in Sokoto tomorrow, it will be part of Niger Delta. So he laughed. He said, let's have what we. That's why we have NDDC today. Today, 3 members of the board of directors must come from non-oil producing states. And they are the people squandering all the money. All the board members. How many people in that time are benefited? Look at the marginal oil field. We are strangers in our own home. The marginal oil field. As Silva who now wants to become governor of for a second time in Bayelsa State, who will vote for him? 57 marginal oil field. He knows who he gave them to. But perhaps he has collected enough funds and so on. Now want to contest to become governor because he's the all in all. I think at this stage of my life, I must speak my mind. So now few Ijos, Niger Delta, got the marginal oil field. The oil blocks, there are 47 oil blocks awarded. Only Lulu Creek from River State has an oil block. A man like Mike Ibru, very wealthy man in this country at the time, applied for oil block. They didn't give him. So you begin to ask yourself, about 23 senior officers in NNPC are from one ethnic group. We have none. Our people are posted to not so important section. There was one young Gubali. I mentioned it in my open letter to Buhari when he gave Abiola this title that he recognized June 12. I wrote him an open letter. And I said, look at what you have done. You disgraced the Chief Justice of Nigeria because he came from the Midwest. In the Niger Delta, nobody would talk. Humiliated him, removed him, put somebody else. Then he created the judiciary. There's no way where president of a country appoints the Chief Justice of Nigeria. This he did, calling that for suspended the other one and took this one. Noge was taken to a court to be tried, which he has no proper status. Humiliated the man out of office. A young lady from Akwa Ibom was in the stockbroker. I don't know what they call that place.
Stock exchange.
Eh?
Stock exchange.
Pardon?
Stock exchange.
Stock exchange. Aroma was there. He had problem with the National Assembly. So this lady was there. She had served 2 years. The post was now to be permanented. They brought a man. I don't want to mention the name is in my last press conference, to take over from her, who was working under her as a commissioner. Dr. Mrs. Azinge, she was acting for about 2 years in CAC. They removed her, suspect that she was having foreign exchange. They charged her to court, which they never proved, simply because they wanted to put their own man. A situation where you have 17 security chiefs, only 3 from the south, 14 from one ethnic group. Is that the country we are building together? You don't fight for the independence or the unity of Nigeria through, what do you call it? Through discrimination, where some tribes are second-class citizens, others are first-class citizens. You can't. So I have written everything here, but you know, in my press conference, I normally like to speak last. But today is the last day of Muhammad Buhari. I must send him a message that he should not say Huru. Our people in the Niger Delta are disappointed. So the secretary, the
Publicity secretary.
the publicity secretary of Pandex, Ken Robinson, will now read what I've written. But I've spoken my mind trying to cover this paper. Thank you and God bless.
So, brothers, IPOB one family, and to my job brothers, to my job brethren, and to Chief Edwin Clark, and Chief Tompolo, I take a Tom, and the rest of them. What would you say about MAZI Nnamdi Kanu right now? Is MAZI Nnamdi Kanu a good leader or not? Is MAZI Nnamdi Kanu a prophet or not? Is MAZI Nnamdi Kanu have good intention for us or not. You see, the video I played up from our leader MAZI and KANU was 3 years ago. And now you can see a video from Ike Clark. It's 4 years ago, I mean to say. It's been 96 years. When our leader passed that message was when he was 91 or 92 years. But today, when he passed this message, it's been 96 years. That means 4 years ago. And you can see towards the end of the video, you can see the anger, what he's saying, the injustice against his own people. And this is what MAZI and KANU have been preaching. This is what MAZI and KANU have been preaching. Like I said before, God knows the reason why he kept you quiet, sir. It is better now, and you don't have more time to unite your people to their brother. It is better now to debunk all your lies against Igbo people. It is better now. You will reveal the secret, what really happened, how you betray your people to favor the Northerners. You can see in your own area, what do you have in Bayelsa? Nothing. What do you have in Delta? Nothing. Port Harcourt, Calabar, nothing. But see what they have in the north. See what they have in Abuja. Abuja was developed by federal government, not by any commissioner, any commission. Lagos was developed by federal government, not by any commission. You see, the same thing I would remind Chief Tompolo. I want you to look the lifestyle of Ike Clark. What is complaining now? How? Just check how he lies against Igbos to favor the Northerners. And at the end now, what the Northerners are doing to him. I want you to check. So you, Chief Tompolo, if Ike Clark refused, decided to take the atrocity committed to join the ancestors, you are a young man. Speak up. You still have the mantle of leadership in you. People will expect you. For once, just play it as a gambling. Join your people. Join hands with your blood and Igbos. Give it 2 years. Let's see what will happen. 2 years, I said, give it. Let's see what will happen. Our destiny lies together. Our destinies lies together. If one is out, the other one will be finding it so difficult. But if they come together, we shall move mountain. If we come together, we shall move mountain. So my message to you, to our brethren in coastal area, in coastal region, it is time you build that bridge across your borders in interland. It is time to debunk all those lies against your brother. It is time to say, brother, we are sorry for what happened. Remember your two great people. Igbo did not kill them. Great man Adakabolo was arrested, was captured. His brother did not kill him. Ojukwu did not kill him. But see, Ojukwu knew that he was used against his people. Ojukwu kept him in prison. Later he will be out. But the war broke out. The Nigerian government used him against his people. When they succeeded, what did they do? They killed him. They killed him. Straight ahead. They killed him. Not Igbo. Igbo did not kill him. Kinsella Wiwa, what happened? They used him to betray his people and everything. At the end of the day, what happened? They execute him, they killed him. Pa, Ike Clark. Because I have no more time, I'm going to end this program, which is 2 hours. The time is now. You don't have no more time. The time is now. Because if we come together, the Jaws and the Igbos, others will follow. And there will be problem. There will be tsunami at the enemy camp. Remember what MAZI and KANU wants for us. What MAZI and KANU wants. Let me bring the banner. Let me, if I will have it. I want to show the vision of MAZI and KANU. The vision of MAZI and KANU. The vision of MAZI and KANU. I want to show. This is the vision of MAZI and KANU, the man you guys hated so much. This is vision. He said Biafra. He said Biafra is going to be a confederation. You will be on your own. Everybody will be on their own. The only thing that will hold us together is to stop the Fulanis from coming. So we shall have a common defense and foreign policy. That's all. MAZI and KANU. MAZI and KANU don't care about your oil. MAZI and KANU don't care about whatever resources you have in your land. Because in all interland, we are blessed. We have enough, more and more and more. Also, we are blessed in woman. In human beings, we are blessed. Also, we are so talented. And you guys know it too. I read again. The vision of MAZI and KANU for us. Biafra is going to be a confederation. You will be on your own. Everybody will be on their own. The only thing that will hold us together is to stop Fulanis from coming. So we will have a common defense and foreign policy. This is the vision of MAZI and KANU. The man you guys hate, the man you guys hated. The man you guys hated so much. He said everybody will be on their own. You have your state police. You have your own constitution. You control your own resources, not to guide, not to be a pipeline guide. Just like the same way Don Polo is pipeline guiding. No. You will determine your own future. Not the same way Ike Clark is crying that they have nothing. The same way he's crying. So, by Ike Clark, the time is now, and you have no time. You have to do it. You have to do it. You must do it. It's a must. You must do it. Because if you go with it, it's going to be very bad. If you go with it to join your assets, it's going to be very bad. So it's better swallow your shame, swallow your arrogance, swallow it, swallow your shame, and just come out and do the needful and build a bridge to your brothers, Igbos. Don Polo, I want you to see what happened to Pa Ike Clark. See what happened to him. The people he danced with, the Northerners, he have danced, he have worked with for over 70 years. The way they treated him. And check if it's not better for you to join your brothers. On this note, I will call it a day. I will say, Onya Fota, Kafuechi. Let's one love. Let's peace lane. Let's love one another. Our brethren in Coastal region is our brother. One flesh, one blood. The same DNA. So on this note, I will say, please, I'll say good night and share it widely and tag it to Ike Clark. Tag it to his PA. Tag it to Tompolo. To any job guys you know, send this video to them. Let them watch it with open heart, not with bias, not with emotion. Please, as I said, share it widely and don't forget to go to YouTube. Please go to YouTube at Ikechukwu Ezumezu. Subscribe so that we will have several platforms. I thank you all for listening. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you guys. Please, let's use this music to say goodbye.
Quiero matarme por la